Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community and 7 questions with Emmy.
Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Chances are you've read books that my guest wrote. Eric Litwin is the original author of Pete the Cat, The Nuts, Groovy Joe, and The Poop Song. Eric, thanks for joining me today.
You're very welcome, Emmy. I am happy to be here with you.
Let's get started with the questions.
Okay.
Question number 1. What gave you the idea to write children's books like Pete the Cat and your other books?
I was a teacher, and I was very interested in how my students learn to read. And what I wanted to do was create children's books that optimized the learning in early reading experiences, meaning like your little brother that you spoke of before the interview started. I wanted children about his age to learn as much as possible when they were reading. And I knew that meant they had to fall in love with the character. They had to be really engaged, really involved. And so I added music and movement. And that's how I decided to become a writer. I wanted to put all these elements into children's books.
Question number 2. What was your favorite thing about being a special ed teacher before you became an author?
There are 2 things. The first is that I loved helping my students become strong lifetime readers. I loved helping them fall in love with books. And then I loved helping them kind of take on a I can do it perspective, a go with the flow. And you'll notice that both of those things are in all my Pete the Cat books and Groovy Joe books and Nut Family books. Lots of just keep walking along and singing your song perspectives.
What are some of your favorite children's books and what authors inspire you?
Okay. My favorite children's books, I have 2 favorite authors, but so many books inspire me. I like Bill Martin Jr. Are you familiar with Brown Bear, Brown Bear?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you read that growing up?
Yes, and my little brother reads it.
Okay. And I have a son. My son is 22 months old right now, and we read him Brown Bear all the time. And I also love books by Mo Willems.
I know Mo Willems.
Yeah, he's so good. And so those are my 2 favorite children's book authors. What are your favorite children's books, by the way?
Eric Litwin.
Ah!
And I like Anna Martin. She writes Babysitter's Club.
Wow. Cool. Very cool.
I have a bunch of other lists, but that would be half of the interview.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Many of your books have characters who have to stay calm in frustrating situations.
Yeah.
What do you do to stay positive?
Well, I do many of the things my characters do. I use words. So just like Pete might say, keep walking along and singing your song, and in the Nut Family, they say, keep rolling. I have words that I say to myself also, like stay positive, look at the bright side of things, focus on the positives. I remind myself with words to stay positive, and it's so important. Do you do that, Emmy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's important that we grown-ups and older children help younger children learn how to do that as well. And that's why I put these messages in my books.
What are some ways you suggest to make reading more fun for kids, especially with your son?
Well, my focus, as you know, is with young children, right? So I am writing books for children who are, around well, actually, you start reading right when the baby's born right away. So I'm going to say birth, and even we read to our child when he was still in my wife's belly. So you start reading immediately. So we'll just say birth to age about 5 or 6. So I'm going to talk about how to make reading more fun for that age group. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Because here's the reason why, Emmy. It's very different than older children, and it's very different than adults. Because with adults and older children, when we read, we kind of our imaginations fly, and we get engrossed in the book, right?
Yeah, and they know how to read, and little kids don't know how to read.
They're reading differently. And what makes reading really fun for little children is interactivity. Do you see the way we're talking right now? That's what's fun for children too. They want to go back and forth, right? So what we can do is we can ask questions. And by the way, it's called dialogic reading, but you don't have to remember that. And in my books, what I do, I just put the questions right in the book. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Was Joe upset? Goodness, no. So we can ask questions, and that makes it more fun. We can also add movement, right? I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. We want our reading with young children, and this would be you reading with your younger brother. We want it to be as interactive as possible. We want as much rhythm and rhyme because that helps them learn more. And we want to focus on words, and we want to read expressively. I bet you do this.
Yeah, I read expressively. And I
Good.
actually have a funny story about Groovy Joe.
Okay.
That at the library they have like little music, like of them singing the songs. And me and my brother Everett, when we were because I have two brothers, so the little one I still read to, but we're old now. And when we were little, we would keep playing the Groovy Joe songs, and he would run around me in circles.
Good.
So it is movement, I'll tell you that.
But Emmy, it's more than it's movement, but it's movement connected to words, right? I bet he remembered those words. I bet you remembered those words, and that's building our vocabulary. Also, there's something called phonological awareness. Have you heard of that before? There's no reason why you should have. It's an academic term, and it just means really understanding sounds. And isn't music a great way to understand sounds? You know, because that's what music is. It's sounds and rhythms. So all these benefits of music, the rhyme, the rhythm, we can add these to books. And that's what I do. But look, even if the book doesn't have rhythm, doesn't have music in it, you can add music to it. You could take any of your favorite books, you can build in a song or a chant, just like that, and you can make it interactive. I like the story you told because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make reading as fun as possible. And you found that, you could go online and you found the songs, right? That go with the book. So let's have books and songs and dancing, and let's just blend it all together. That's what I like.
How many instruments do you play?
So mostly I play guitar. I played a little banjo for a while, but I haven't picked it up in some time. I play the harmonica a little bit. I like to play the harmonica. And I sing. So those are my primary instruments. Yeah.
My little brother Elliot, he always is looking up like Pete the Cat videos and stuff. So he'll always find it, and he'll see like videos of you reading and playing your guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's a little studio. This is a little travel guitar. And so what I did when I wrote the songs, I tried to keep them kind of rhythmic, and I made them really simple. So this is just an E chord right here. And I'm going to go from E to an A, but I'm going to make it a little groovy like this. I love my white shoes. 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 You see? So we just add a little bounce, a little rhythm. We make the words come alive, right? And isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. I love playing the guitar. I love adding music to books. And I love that this helps children learn to read because it optimizes that moment. And helping children learn to read and be positive is it's two of the most important things we can do.
What is your favorite thing to do with your family when you are not working?
So we like to go for walks. My son, as I said, is 22 months, and he is obsessed with garbage cans. Garbage cans and recycling bins. He'd be like, garbage, recycling. And he wants to go outside and look for garbage and recycling bins. And then we spot them, and it's a great time. So you can't make stuff like that up, can you? And so we take walks. We look for garbage and recycling bins and garages. We play in the playground. I also like to cook with my family. We make nice meals, and we eat them together. And I like to play the guitar for them, and we all sing together
Where do you guys live at?
in Washington, D.C.
Oh, okay. So close to New York area, right?
Not too far away. I used to drive before the pandemic. We used to drive into New York City, and we would get pizza. We love pizza.
When we were in New York, there's a bunch of garbage piled up, so your son would probably like it there.
He would be in heaven.
Now
Yeah.
it's time for some bonus questions. Are you
Okay.
ready, Eric?
I am ready.
Do you want me to call you Mr. Eric or Eric?
So, you know, I guess it would be good for you to call me Mr. Eric. I guess that's a good way to go.
Okay. What's the best piece of advice someone has given you or that you have given to someone else?
I think, especially in terms of being a writer. So, a lot of people would like to be writers. And so, a lot of folks ask me my advice on that. And of course, when I was trying to become a writer, I asked people their advice, right? And the advice I was given, which now I give to others, is just never give up. I can, for all you aspiring writers out there, I'm now going to show you my first book that was rejected. Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes was initially rejected. Here's another book I wrote that was initially rejected. Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons. Here's another book I wrote that's out now that was initially rejected. The Poop Song. Everybody gets rejections. It's so hard because you love your book and it's hard, but you have to remember it's just circumstantial. And you got to keep trying. You have to have faith in what you've done. You have to believe in your mission and what you're doing, and just never give up. Keep rolling, like we say in the Nuts book. Keep rolling.
And it wasn't, now it's not rejected because look,
Yeah.
I love my white shoes.
Yep. Yep. No. So it was originally rejected, Emmy, but then we kept submitting them. We kept trying, and another thing that happens sometimes is, just they wanted to make changes, and that's okay, except sometimes you have to stay true to what you've written. So that's my advice. Never give up. Stay true to what you've written and follow your heart. You can do it. If I did it, you can do it.
Will there ever be a follow-up book to the Poop Song?
So here's the funny thing. So, the poop song, my wife is a pediatric gastroenterologist, okay, which means she is a doctor that works with young children with food coming in and food going out. And she was just saying that there's a lot of stress on families right now when it comes to potty training. And this is because when you go to daycare or preschool, they have kind of a schedule that you got to be potty trained by such and such a date, and our children just don't follow these schedules.
Yes, my little brother, that's 3, he does not. He always is sitting on it, but he will never go actually on it.
Right, but every child is different, and so the key thing here is to just stay positive, give positive reinforcement, and we can't force it. So, what my wife was saying is some of her patients and the children had gotten in kind of power struggles because the parents were like, well, we have to be potty trained by this time, and what she was saying is it'd be great if there was a book that said, hey, poop wherever you want, but the big boys and the big girls are pooping in the potty. So I wrote the book for her for the medical practice, but when I performed it live, it was so popular in the performances that I submitted it to my literary agent, and then we ended up being published by a wonderful publisher, Chronicle Books. And the book is doing so well. And just 2 days ago, I gave a live performance, and it was the best-selling book of the live performance. But the book did come out during the pandemic. So, we all had so many other things on our mind, and it kind of, in all the crisis, it got kind of missed. So I need to get this book to do a little better, and then there'll be a follow-up. But the publisher has already expressed what they want the follow-up to be. and I'm going to let you guess what it is, and then I'll tell
It's
you.
a P song.
It is not. It is not. It is not. Should I? Maybe I should tell you. I'll just tell you. They want the follow up to be a fart book. So at first I was like, no way, I'm not writing a fart book. And then I'm like, oh, this could be fun. Why not? So I have actually written the book. It's really good. It's fantastic. So we'll see. So, tell everybody you know about the poop song. It really is. It's a really fantastic book. It's great for potty training. It comes with a potty chart. I'll be using it with my son when he's ready, and it's a fun book. It has a fun song, and I think that once we get this book out there and everybody knows about it, then maybe there'll be a follow-up, and maybe it will be the fart song.
When will the fart song come out if everybody knows about it?
It's hard. It's hard to say, Emmy. These things take a little time. So, hopefully the pandemic's coming to some type of end, and I've begun to do live performances again. I can start to get it out there. And so I can't say. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you. But let's just hope. We'll stay positive, and we'll stay positive and hope there's a fart book coming.
Will you come to Idaho and perform?
I would love to.
Okay, and I have one more bonus question.
Okay.
Do you have any books, like any plan of any books coming out besides of the fart song?
Right. So at the moment, I do not. I'm working on two different concepts right now. I wrote a book for teachers. Are you aware of that? So you may have. So I wrote a book for teachers called The Power of Joyful Reading, and it's about all the things you and I just talked about. It's about the importance of why young children need to love reading, how we immerse them in reading. So I really enjoy writing books that are professional development books like this one. And so I would like to do another one and really dive even deeper into this topic of joyful reading, especially after right now it is so important to help our students be strong readers and optimistic readers. So maybe that, and then I really feel right now, tell me if you agree, I think now more than ever it's important that we have books about staying positive, staying optimistic. And even though I've written so many about that, I feel right now it's time for another one with a fresh voice. What do you think about that?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Pete the Cat has a positive message.
Yes,
Maybe
he
like
does.
a girl. Yes, a girl cat, maybe.
Maybe a girl cat. Yeah,
Callie
why
the
not?
cat. Callie the cat. Callie's
Yeah.
Pete's friend. We can do Callie the cat.
You know what? I'm probably will come up with something completely different. But why not a girl cat? And why not? Or what other animal would you think I could do? Since I've already done a cat, what is an animal that you think would be exciting to write about?
Unicorn, maybe?
Oh my goodness! Imagine how fun that would be, and how imaginative.
Or you could do like dragon, or
A dragon? Mm-hmm.
this one, a dolphin. Dolphins are my favorite animal. I would love
Wow.
a dolphin.
Wow. These are all such good ideas. I love all these ideas. And I'm going to just think about it and percolate on these ideas. And I'm going to think about characters and messages. And I hope to come out with a really lovely book for everybody. But I can't tell you when that will be.
And if you do a dolphin book, you could be like, with an he got back up and gave his friend a hug or something like that.
Yep. With that rhythm. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much for talking with me today, Mr. Eric.
You're very welcome, Emmy. Thank you for having me on your program, and I enjoyed your questions and our conversation.
Make sure you read Pete the Cat books and all of the other amazing books that Mr. Eric has written. Hope to see you next time. Bye.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics, proudly supporting kids in our community and 7 questions with Emmy.